We're in Randolph. We're going to go right behind me to the Randolph Woods, which is rumored to be the most haunted place in Maine. We're going to go check out this little area and see what's there. We're going down into the old narrow gauge volunteer trail. And then there used to be a railroad through here. And this is what is known as the Randolph Woods. So we're now walking down through what used to be the site of the old narrow gauge railroad, Kennebec Railway. And this railroad evidently was here just for one purpose and one purpose alone, and that was to get veterans to the Togus Hospital. Now they've ripped up all the rail and they planted more grass and dirt down through here, and there's a little bit of a swamp over here on our left, and now it's just a walking trail. We're going to continue up through the trail and see what we can find. It's awful, just of note is it's very, very noisy in this area. This, according to our descriptions, is the area where people get EVPs, which isn't surprising considering there's a major grocery store just on the other side of those trees right there. So, EVP, motorcycle, someone putting their bags in their trunk, who knows. We're going to walk a little further into the woods and see what we can find. So we have actually just entered the woods. We've moved about 20 feet away from where we were just standing and talking. And you can look up in here and see the raised area, the elevated pathway that goes up into the woods. Just beyond that, I don't know if you can see it through the trees, but we can certainly see it very clearly here. There's somebody's house. And if you turn around and look in the opposite direction, you can see a tarp and covering someone's tractor or something in the back there, and somebody else's house. So it's really not surprising at all that someone could pick up a lot of noises and sounds going on down this area. We're looking at, just on the other side of the stream, is what is somebody's abandoned vehicle. That could be a little bit eerie if you're walking through here at night and you see a flash of light over there from your light, and you see a junked out car upside down in the middle of the woods. Lots of eerie stories to go along with that. I'm just going to get out and take a couple of photographs. As we look up here to our left, we're walking through, headed this way. Well, you can see there's a lot of junk up there on the hill. And if you look through, you can see actually there's a few cars that someone has abandoned again and just stuffed off into the woods. Quite a few vehicles just pushed off into the woods. We'll continue walking. Nothing really stands out down here though. It's just, it's very shocking to think that people could actually get what they consider to be quality EVP work down here. An awful lot of noise, an awful lot of wildlife, traffic. I mean, you can hear the traffic from all around. So if you look up behind us here, and behind me to my right, you can see that there's actually quite a bit of clearing that's been taking place here. And there's a residence right up at the top of the hill there. So we are in an area where there's an awful lot of ambient noise that could be contributing to what people feel are EVPs. So we've moved on probably 200 feet from where we just were a moment ago. Just above the hill here, again, is another residence. So about every couple hundred feet, right along this path, somebody has a house or an area where they're keeping their animals or something along those lines. Here's the house right there. Another house on the right hand side. Kind of a creepy looking dead area of growth. If you walk this way just a little further and take a look up on the side of the hill, at night you can see what could potentially look like an opening of or an entryway into the side of the hill there, where the tree is dead and fallen over and kind of building an entryway there. So could be a little creepy looking. bicycle. Got a lawnmower up there. And we're coming out to the road. So we have walked end to end. I'm not going to go any further because there's no need. The road is right there. So we walked through, I don't know, maybe 1,000 feet, 1,500 feet from one end to the other. Could be a little longer. I'm not real good with guessing that distance, but major road, major road. Swampy area, wooded valley, gully area. Every other couple hundred feet, it's a residence on this side especially. This side not so much until you're back toward the other end. But on this side of this gully, there's an abundance of residential properties. So Kat and I have been down here on this visit for about 45 minutes doing our daylight investigation, just making sure that we can find the scientific reasons for any of the phenomena that we experienced or have evidence for from our last nighttime visit. And we just want to make sure that we're recapping and very clear about what we're finding. And basically our scientific research has shown us that the phenomena that we experienced when we came down in the evening investigation is basically all explainable. There isn't a thing that could not be debunked. There isn't a thing that couldn't have had a separate explanation. And we have found that pretty much everything is explainable based on the residences in close proximity, the swampy wetland area, and all the bugs. So when you can scientifically prove that the suspected paranormal activity actually has a scientific reason behind it, the only thing that's left during an investigation are those feelings that people have of something's odd, something's off, or I just feel different. And that's all those can be attributed to is a feeling. So we are about to wrap up and head out, and we hope that you have found this information to be useful. I guess the only one thing that I do want to add is a lot of the research we have done on this place, there are quotes for people saying that this is purportedly one of the most haunted places they have ever been in the state of Maine. And all I can really say to that is that we have been to some very haunted locations, and this by far does not compare.